Cardinals have just been on fire. We all knew they could hit. Their pitching has surprised some folks, especially their starting pitching. Chris Carpenter has come on strong for them, and their bullpen has been lights out. And the Cardinals are 14-4 in the month of June, and they're averaging better than 6 runs a ball game this month. They're averaging 6.4 runs per game. They're just on fire, and the Reds hoping to put out that fire at least one time here today.
Yeah, while the Cardinals are 14-4 in June, the Reds are 7-10. And really trying to get things in order, and there have been a whole lot of reasons why this club has struggled as it has. They hope to get some of those ironed out today. It'll be Ryan Freel first up. First pitch is in there for a call strike, and this game is underway. Our first pitch brought to you by Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669. Protecting your home, schools, workplace, and property since 1915. Check swing. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Freel batting .245. A homer and 11 RBIs to be followed by D'Angelo Jimenez, the shortstop, and Sean Casey, the first baseman. Freel shows bunt, and he takes it up high and gets ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan has hit safely in 6 straight ball games, going 7 for 22. That ties his season's high, and also has hit in 9 of his last 10. He chops one to third on the hop and from the grass. Rolling, throwing, 1 out. D'Angelo Jimenez back in the lineup and playing shortstop today. Defensively for the Cardinals, Albert Pujols at first. At second base, Tony Womack. At third base, Roland. At shortstop, Renteria. And the outfield of Ray Lankford left, Jim Edmonds center, Reggie Sanders right, Mike Matheny behind the plate. If you are out and about listening to our broadcast on your car or truck radio, by all means, buckle up your seat belt and make sure everyone else in your vehicle does the same. A ball to Jimenez. Message from the Ohio Department of Public Safety. What's holding you back? Swing and a foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. As well as Chris Carpenter has pitched, and what we saw from Woody Williams last night, that's a breaking ball that hangs high, actually gets in for a call strike. If they get Williams going consistently, and Matt Morris returns to form, boy, I'll tell you, it could be interesting. There's strike 3 call. Jimenez didn't agree with that call, and he lets the plate umpire Brian Runge know about it. Now it'll be Casey's turn with 2 out.
Well, the one thing they get out of their starters, win or lose, is they get innings, and that's helped their bullpen, and their bullpen is excellent. And Morris is not having a great year, sort of an average year statistically, but he's averaging 6 2/3 innings per appearance, and all their starters are pretty much going at least 6 and oftentimes 7 or more innings.
Part of its extra effort program, the Ohio Casualty Group donates to the Joe Nuxhall Foundation each time the Reds hit a double or a triple in honor of Joe's long and distinguished career with the Reds. As Casey looks at a first pitch strike, it is the extra effort program. From the Ohio Casualty Group, protect what's yours. Sean batting .362, 13 homers, 50 RBIs. Checking on a pitch that got the inside corner, strike 2 call. And either Morris is throwing strikes to a normal strike zone, or Brian Runge is letting the hitters know early here, you better swing the bat. The old Lee Wire philosophy. God rest his soul. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a line drive to center that Edmonds will catch. The inning is over. After a half, the Reds nothing, and the Cardinals coming up. For the Cardinals, Tony Womack will lead off and play second base. At shortstop, hitting second is Edgar Renteria. Albert Pujols will play first base and bat third. Their 4-hitter is third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting number 5 in center field, Jim Edmonds. Batting 6th, and in right field, Reggie Sanders. Ray Lankford will play left field and bat number 7. The 8 batters catcher, Mike Matheny, and doing the pitching and batting 9th, 7-game winner so far this season, in right-hander Matt Morris. Jung Bong, he makes his 3rd start for the Reds, his first career appearance against the Cardinals. Tony Womack leading off the St. Louis first inning. Bong had an absolutely awful first start as a Red starter. Came back and pitched pretty well against the Texas Rangers. And the first pitch is in for a strike. The big deal with him is he's got to throw strikes. He doesn't have the overpowering stuff to pitch behind in the count and be successful. A bluff bunt by Womack, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tony's had a great series, 5 for 9 with a run batted in, raising his season's batting average to .306. 3 homers he struck with 17 RBIs for the year, and batting .371 in June, so he's been a tough out. He fouls to fall behind in the count. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi, it's the cola. Long ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Renteria waiting on deck to be followed by Pujols. The wind, the pitch. And a swing and a foul. Late swing, and Tony was able to get the bat out over the plate and make contact to stay around. Casey at first, Freel at second, Jimenez at short, Larson at third with Dunn in left, Griffey Jr. in center, and Willie Mopena in right. Behind the plate, Jason LaRue, and Bog going to work again. To the waiting Womack. He misses low and away and was able to check his swing in time. Or did he? I guess he did. I guess he struck out. And the plate umpire made the call. It looked like the Reds were hoping for an appeal call from the third base umpire, Mark Carlson. Brian Runge said, don't worry about it. You went, you're out. And here's Renteria. It should be pointed out that between innings, Runge went over to the Cincinnati dugout. There's a ball 1 to Renteria and talked at some length with Red skipper Dave Miley. I don't know whether somebody said something to him from the dugout and he went over there in a polite way to let him know it better not continue. Some of the Reds didn't like some of the calls he made in the first inning when they were hitting. Here's a foul out of play down beyond the first base dugout.
Obviously, Miley wants equal treatment for his young pitcher. The same treatment Morris got in that first inning. Nice big strike zone for his lefty here, trying to get his first win as a Cincinnati Red.
Well, I don't know that Miley was the one calling. He kept gesturing toward the Reds dugout as if somebody else was on his back. Here's a 1-1 pitch. This one's in the air but out of play, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but the one thing you loved about Lee Wire, when the hitter stepped into the batter's box to begin the game, he'd bang his hands together and say, okay, gentlemen, I got a big strike zone. Swing the bat. And he did it for both ball clubs. And I think if they ever went back and documented them with Lee Wire behind the plate, you had the fastest games played of any umpire in the National League at that time. He was fair, but he let everybody know, I got a big strike zone, so don't come up here looking for a walk. And the players don't mind that. If they know what the ground rules are and they know you're going to be consistent with both teams, that's fine with them. But don't call one pitch a strike when the Reds are hitting and the same pitch a ball when the Cardinals are hitting. The 2-2, foul ground ball hit to third, knocked down by Larson. He recovers and throws him out. Good play by Brandon on a ball that almost ate him up at third base. And now it'll be Pujols with 2 out. Again, we extend to all of you gentlemen who qualify happy Father's Day. A special greeting today to 4-year-old Casey McAllister, who was diagnosed with leukemia 2 years ago to this date. And Casey, we're proud to say, is celebrating the 1-year anniversary of his bone marrow transplant. That was today. And he's doing great and listening to the broadcast with his dad, Lance, who did our pregame show today. And they are celebrating what they consider to be the best Father's Day ever, and why not?
No question about it.
Well, congratulations to Casey. He is a real warrior, boy, I'll tell you. There's a pitch missing, a breaking ball, 2-0 the count, and certainly to Lance and his wife and their daughter. It's been a big, big day, and we hope it's been a big day for all of you dads listening to our broadcast today. 2-0 the count on Pujols. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and he swings and lines it foul. What a series he's had. Opposite field home run to right on Friday night against Mike Matthews to win it in the 10th. Then the 3-run home run to left field last night in the 7th inning to turn this game around. He is just quite some talent, this young man is. Scott Rowland also a talent waiting on deck, and Bong kicks and deals, and it misses up and away, ball 3. Outfield deep and straight away. He's got all fields power, and he'll hit the ball to all fields. Long dangerously pitching behind in the count to this man. Here comes a 3-1. And that's ball 4, and he walked him. I think the big thing for Bong today He threw strikes to Womack and Renteria. Don't be intimidated by the Pujols and the Rollins and the Edmondses of the world. Pitch to them like you pitch to these other guys. In other words, throw strikes. Here's Rollins. .344 batter, 17 homers, and a major league leading 70 runs batted in. It's awesome that he's at the 70 RBI mark as Bong delivers to him, and that's taken low for a ball. And the Cardinals are playing only their 69th game of the season. Pujols a short lead against a holding Sean Casey at first base. The look by Bong, pitch, and a swing and a miss. Really kind of interesting, and it certainly evoked a comment from me to Jerry Narron. He made the lineup cards out, which is his job, and when it came to the number 9 spot, the pitcher spot, he wrote Bong in Korean.
Very nice.
It certainly was a nice touch.
He's got great handwriting, doesn't he, Jerry?
Oh, are you kidding? It's unbelievable what kind of handwriting that man's got. 1-1 the count. And there's a snap throw to first. Ball gets away from Casey, but not far enough. Actually, he does a lineup in calligraphy, and he taught himself how to write that way. And he has the calligraphy pens, if that's what you call them. It's absolutely beautiful, and he taught himself how to do it. 1 ball, 1 strike to count with 2 outs in the inning. Here's a pitch, and Roland fouls it up and out of play.
What I don't know is how long it takes. I haven't seen him write that way. How much longer it takes to write that way than regular longhand.
Not much.
Really?
I've watched him.
Have you watched him?
A couple of times. He's got it down.
That's impressive.
So good that he can almost do it as easily as we could do it in our regular writing.
It would take me an hour and a half to do what he did.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's really something. 1-2 the count. On deck, Jim Edmonds. Pujols at first. He got there through a 2-out walk. Roland taking a breaking ball in. This year, AK Steel gives back to the community by contributing its Reds on Radio airtime to some of the fine organizations that serve our community. AK Steel proudly salutes the volunteers and staff that serve to make life better for us all. That's AK Steel. 2-2 the count. The pause, the look in the pitch, and a foul back. This has been an undefeated homestand for the Cardinals because they swept Oakland. And they won back-to-back games against Cincinnati. Still a home record of only 18-15. So that's what they're improving upon right now to go along with that impressive 23-12 road record. Scott Rowland waiting on the pitch and takes ball 3. And this all goes in to the problems that Bong has. He throws so many pitches because he doesn't have command that really you can't count on him. As Steve was mentioning about the Cardinal starters and how deep into games 8 pitches a rule, a guy like him can't do that. You're not going to let him throw 140 pitches. And so normally you're hoping to get 5, maybe 6 tops out of it. Here comes the payoff with Pujols running, and that's a swing and a miss. He struck Roland out to end the first. And that on we go to the top of the 7th inning, second inning, I should say, and it'll be Ken Griffey Jr. to lead things off for the Reds. Reds went out in order. Freel a ground ball third. Jimenez struck out looking, and Casey lined to center in a quiet start against right-hander Matt Morris. So Jr. still sitting on .499. It was in the 3rd inning last Sunday off Cleveland left-hander Cliff Lee that he hit that home run. Here comes the pitch to him, and it's a swing and a high, deep drive. Hit back into left center field, but it will stay in the yard, and Jim Edmonds will make the catch short of the warning track. Junior got him excited momentarily, but it's just a long out, and now it'll be Adam Dunn stepping in with one away. Today's game brought to you in part by Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers. We all make a difference. Dunn sitting on 19 home runs, tied for second in the league. 42 RBIs and a .259 batting average. First pitch is in there for a call strike. Interesting article in the St. Louis paper this morning about Morris and how he has evolved away from being the power pitcher that he was. Guy who could go out and get a lot of strikeouts on a given start. And it all has to do with maturity. The point he made was, in answering a question about leading the major leagues and giving up 21 home runs, he said, hey, it's easier on me as a pitcher to give up a home run with one swing of the bat than have a team mount some type of rally where I've got to work and throw a lot of pitches and they get 3 or 4 hits and score a run. Do I like the home runs? No, I'm not crazy about it. But it certainly cuts down on the wear and tear. And this is a guy who's had problems during the year in the past with arm or shoulder stiffness and the like. 2-2 the count on Dunn. And the pitch. That's strike 3 call, and Adam knew it. I'll say it again, and I know at the risk of sounding redundant, you're probably tired of hearing about it. He takes more good pitches for strikes than anybody I think I've ever seen. And while you admire the fact that he's up there among the league leaders in walks, this man is paid to hit home runs and drive in runs. Here's Jason LaRue with 2 out. And he chops it foul. Time for the Cincinnati Bell trivia question of the game. Cardinal manager Tony La Russa, one of only 2 managers to win at least 500 games with 3 different teams. Who's the other? A. Joe Torre, B. Vern Rapp, or C. Leo DeRocher? Use your Cincinnati Bell wireless phone to text message your answer of A, B, or C to Marty 62789, or enter via the contest page on 700WLW.com. Swing and a miss by LaRue. You could win a pair of tickets to an upcoming game, or maybe a pair of tickets to opening day next year from the good folks at Cincinnati Bell. Here's a swing and a line drive into right center field. Got it. Edmonds on the run, in and over. And the Reds are out in order for the second straight time. Reds nothing. Cardinals likewise.
The 2-seam is going to be just 2 seams cutting into the wind, hence a 2-seam fastball. And you're right. I never threw a 4-seam fastball because that's straighter. And if I threw the ball straight, I would be rubbing up a new baseball very soon after that. Sometimes I threw a 4-seam fastball to a pitcher if he wasn't a very good hitter.
Hoping you'd get one in return, maybe?
I'd need more than that.
Jim Edmonds leads off, bottom of the second.
Put it on a batting tee.
Edmonds having a good series, 3 for 7 so far with a home run. And who knows, if Jim Edmonds doesn't homer in the 6th inning last night when the Cardinals were down 2-0, maybe they don't stage the big comeback with 3 in the 7th and 5 in the 8th. Somebody has to get it started, Rick. And we might remember how Edmonds' night started last evening with a little bunt base hit, his first time up. And right now Brandon Larson is playing back, but there are 2 strikes.
But against a left-hander, we may see that before the afternoon is over.
Whew. This kid's got a good breaking ball. He's had left-handers befuddled a bit. Struck out Womack on a check swing. And he goes 2-2 on Jim Edmonds.
Not sure where that pitch was. Looked like a strike to me. I think Jim Edmonds was ready to turn and walk back to the dugout, but he got a little bit of a reprieve.
Called strike on a fastball. 3 strikeouts for Jung Bong now. Of the first 4 men he's retired. It'll be Reggie Sanders now. Out of town scoreboard brought to you by Southwest. 2,800 nonstop flights, 60 destinations all across the country. Reggie 0 for 4 in the series, did not appear last night. Came up huge for the Cardinals in the last couple of games against Oakland. A's, by the way, did not score in the top of the first at Wrigley. Reggie goes up ripping. They are scoreless after 2 in Houston now, Anaheim and the Astros. Cardinals start the day 3 up on Chicago, 4 on the Reds, 4.5 Milwaukee, 6.5 up on Houston.
Have to keep an eye on that Chicago game, and certainly hate to be too much of a fan of somebody who's a Cub player, but I will tell you that Zambrano character to me is one of the most exciting players in baseball. I love to watch him pitch. I think he's got a chance to be something very, very special, and I tell you, if there's a game on the line and you've got to win one game, I'm not sure who I'd rather have pitch right now than Zambrano.
And a lot of people will tell you he's their third best pitcher. I don't believe that, but I do believe he's third when it comes to publicity and people knowing about him, overshadowed by Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor constantly.
Well, he's like a guy with a 10 handicap that says he's a 16 just so he can kind of sneak in the back door and then all of a sudden when the bets are on the line, he always walks away with the money. He's just sandbagging is all he's doing.
Uh-huh. Two balls and one strike. I remember watching my first ever game in this ballpark from the upper deck way out in right field. They used to have teen nights on Friday when you could get cheap tickets. Bob Cuban and the In-Men used to play, and they'd put us way up there in right field, and it was pretty steep. But we didn't care. We were in the new ballpark.
You know if the Cardinals won that game, the first one you saw here?
I think they did. Jimenez in front of Adam Dunn, and a huge pop-up off the bat of Reggie Sanders caught.
My first big league game I ever saw was also the St. Louis Cardinals, although I grew up in New York and it was at Shea Stadium. It was a family rule that if we were going to go to a game, it had to be a Cardinal game because most of our family were Cardinal fans, even in New York. And there was a serious split in the family between Met fans and Cardinal fans. But the point still was that the only games we would see at Shea Stadium were guys like Gibson and Brock. Little did I know that someday I'd be having one of their bobbleheads.
Isn't that something? Or having followed them to the mound. Ray Langford 3 out of 5 in the series. Cincinnati Reds are going to Shea Stadium after a day off tomorrow. I chuckled a bit when I was doing my research for the Wednesday night Cincinnati at New York game that I'll be up there for. On the Mets media guide, front cover, 40th anniversary, Shea Stadium. I'm not sure it's worthy of even being mentioned. What an awful place.
A lot of nice attitudes there too, let me tell you.
I have a feeling the St. Louis fans' approach to Ken Griffey Jr. has been a little bit different than what he will deal with.
Oh yeah.
If he's still looking for number 500 come that series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in New York.
Appreciated Rich's interview with Ray King before the game where Ray said such a classy thing. I'll be rooting for him to get that home run in New York. So he's respecting Jr. He'd like to see him do it, but he'd like to see it on the replays at night as opposed to right here at Busch Stadium.
A lot of blue armbands on the field today. Blue logo behind home plate, ribbon. As on Father's Day, Major League Baseball, everybody teams up to fight prostate cancer. It's something all men, dads, need to be aware of once they get to middle age and make sure they're tested regularly. And baseball wants you to be aware of that. And a 2-2. Langford high in the air. Right center. Is it deep enough? Griffey cruises and catches it. Sounded like a homer, but didn't quite make it. And the Cardinals are gone in the bottom of the second. Just like last night, no score early.
Scoreless tie in the third, and Morris's first curveball is way outside. Next one from the righty. Not nearly as good against the righties, trying to improve that number today. There's a swing and a miss and a good curveball. And that one's down and in. 2-2 on Willie Moe, who has been hitting very well of late. 365 his last 19 games. Comes in hitting 278. 5 homers, 15 RBIs. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a grounder to third. Backhanding it is rolling. He'll throw low to first, but digging it out is Pujols for out number 1. Good play by Pujols, not known for his defense over there at first, but he made a nice play to scoop it up. So Pena retired. That brings Brandon Larson to the plate. Brandon still looking for his second homer of this big league season. Had a 9th inning hit last night. 1 for 3 with a walk. And the first one's a called strike. Just a .152 the batting average in 12 games, 9 starts since coming off the disabled list. They play him straight away, and the pitch on the way, breaking ball, is in the dirt. Mike Matheny, the catcher, and as Marty mentioned, Brian Runge is the umpire, sending the message to the batters: swing it. There's one base runner in this game. Pujols walked in the first. There's a pitch inside to Brandon Larson. Neither team has a hit as of yet. Morris 7-5 with a 4.14 ERA, 29 years old. The delivery, breaking ball swing, and he misses, and he winds up sending the bat back to the screen behind him. And the bat boy will pick it up and bring it back as it slipped out of Brandon Larson's hands. 2-2 the count. Morris 6'5", 220 in his 7th big league season. First round pick by St. Louis back in 1995. Swing and a miss at the off-speed breaking ball from the big righty, and he now has 3 strikeouts on the day, 1 in each of the first 3 innings, and that'll bring up the pitcher Bong, left-handed hitter, 0 for 2 as a batter in the big leagues this season. Morris battled hand and ankle injuries last year, but pretty much he's been the Cardinals' best pitcher the last several seasons. 11-8 a year ago with some injuries. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Bong. Morris missed the entire 99 season. Needed Tommy John surgery, but came back strong, and in 2001 there's another strike. He went 22-8, his best year in the bigs. 0-2 on Bong. Nobody on, 2 down, top of the third, and a scoreless tie on a 75-degree, now cloudy day at Busch Stadium. It was sunny all morning, but now it has clouded up. Breaking ball misses down and in. Bong can get on base. Ryan Freel will bat next. Otherwise, he'll lead off the 4th. There's a hot shot foul up the first base line. Reds will fly to New York as soon as this game's over, have the off day tomorrow, and then begin a series at Shea Tuesday night. 1-2 delivery, swing and a bouncer foul. Back behind the plate. Cardinals stay home. They have the day off tomorrow, and then they have the Cubs coming in for 3 as their homestand continues. It'll be a big week here with their big rivals coming to town. 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Bong strikes out. That's 4 for Morris. He's been perfect through 3. Middle of the 3rd in St. Louis, we're scoreless. Matheny just came off the disabled list on Friday, sat out yesterday. Right-handed hitter, looks at strike 1 from Bong. Here's the wind and the 0-1 delivery. Here's the 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. But if Matheny for some reason pulled up lame during a game, you hate to burn your one backup catcher. And because, as we've mentioned, the starters for St. Louis have gone so deep into games, they're going with an 11-man pitching staff, and that's been more than adequate. In fact, it's been outstanding. But for the moment, 3 catchers, 11 pitchers. 1-2 pitch, swing and a ground ball left side to his right as Jimenez, he rolls up his arm and rolls into left field. Grounding first, and now stopping is Matheny. He took a wide turn, so it'll be a base hit for Matheny and brings the pitcher Morris to the plate. He's hitting a .161 on the year. He's 5 for 31. Driven in 4 runs, 6 sacrifices laid down. And you would expect him to try for number 7 here, and there he squares and waits as Brandon Larson comes in at 3rd. Casey holds the runner at 1st. And he squares, and the pitch is bunted up the first base line. Beautiful bunt. Bong will barehand and throw to Freel covering first base for the sacrifice. Nicely done. 7 sacrifices for Morris. He does his job and gives Tony Womack an opportunity to drive in a run. Womack struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. He's hit in 5 straight games. 8 for his last 20 in that span. Catcher LaRue will have a quick word with Jung Bong, who has allowed the first base hit of this game, Matheny, to lead off this inning. And now, for the first time in the game, there's a runner in scoring position. Matheny down at 2nd with 1 out, bottom of the 3rd inning. Bong will work from the stretch as left-handed hitting Womack stands in. Renteria on deck. Lefty on lefty, the stretch. And the pitch by Bong is in there for a called strike. Brandon Larson shallow at 3rd, now backs up a couple of steps. Outfield straightaway for the Cardinals second baseman. Matheny leads from second base. Pitch on the way is in the dirt, blocked by LaRue, and that keeps Matheny down there at second base. A ball and a strike. Jose Oquendo, former Cardinal player, is the third base coach. Dave McKay, the first base coach for St. Louis. Dave's son Cody, one of those three catchers I was just talking about. One delivery. Just missed outside. It's 2-1 on Womack. Cubs are playing Oakland again today. Cubs have scored 3 in the first inning. They lead 3-0. 2-1 on Womack. Look at second by Bong. The pitch. There's a called strike of the knees. 2-2 on Womack. It's the battle of the Z's today. Zambrano versus Zito. And Zito, who was successful against the Reds a couple of weeks ago but didn't pitch that well, is struggling today. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a foul off to the left into the seats. It will go. Runner at second for St. Louis, 1 out. That runner is Matheny. The batter is Womack. The 2-2 pitch. Low and outside. 3-2. And Bong has thrown quite a few pitches, even though he's only allowed a couple of base runners in these first 3 innings. Bong is 23 years old, 6'3", 215, out of Seoul, South Korea. Lives in Atlanta, Georgia now. Former Brave. Look at the runner, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball toward the middle. This will move the runner over to third as Jimenez throws to first. Out. Casey had to reach for it. Came down to the bag in time to get Womack. Crowd didn't like the call. Second out of the inning. 6-3 on the putout. Runner at third, 2 down.
Steve, I think it should be pointed up. D'Angelo Jimenez, starting at shortstop today, has not taken one ground ball since he suffered that injury swinging at a pitch about a week or so ago. And I think that, more than anything, points up the dissatisfaction that Dave Miley has with Felipe Lopez. The fact that he would put Jimenez in there having not taken any ground balls based on the way the kid has played and the fact that he alibied for what appeared to be a routine ground ball last night.
Edgar Renteria, the St. Louis shortstop, after a 3-for-4 night last evening. He bunts up the third base line, and they're sending the runner home from third on a squeeze, a safety squeeze, but it rolls foul, and we'll do it again. 0-1 the count. They're trying to bring that run home. 2 outs, probably bunting for a base hit as well, obviously, with 2 outs, but in any event, it's a strike. So 4 homers, 30 RBIs for Renteria, who had a slow start to the year offensively, but has picked it up. Still one of the best shortstops in the league. Jack Wilson probably having the best year of any shortstop in the National League to this point. And this is one of the best right here. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball. Shallow left. Jimenez drifting back, and D'Angelo will make the catch. And that is the inning. A leadoff base hit wasted by Matheny through 3, no score. In a scoreless tie in St. Louis, the Reds try to avoid the sweep today. Ryan with a 6-game hitting streak. He'll be followed by D'Angelo Jimenez, Sean Casey. If anybody gets on, Griffey would bat 4th in this inning. Pitch on the way to Freel. He fouls it back to the screen. Freel getting on base at a .362 clip. Only 1 hit in the game, that by Mike Matheny. That time he showed bunt and took a little bit low. One delivery. Breaking ball. It's a high strike. Freel got the night off last evening. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a bouncer down the third base line. Fair ball, roll and long throw. Not going to get him and throws it away, but it bounces back to Pujols, and so Freel stays at first base. It'll be a base hit. It was a great play by Roland just to get to it, going far to his right, throwing off balance and throwing wildly to Pujols. First hit of the day for the Reds, and brings Jimenez to the plate. Rolling on the edge of the grass at third. Jimenez kept the bat on the shoulder and took a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Jimenez. There goes the runner. Jimenez, bouncing ball, right field, and that's a hit and run. Worked perfectly, as on to third base will go Freel, as Jimenez hits it through that vacated spot at second base and into right field for a base hit. So first and third now for the Reds after a successful hit and run. But after 3 perfect innings, the first 2 here in the fourth have gotten hits off of him. Pitch to Casey. Breaking ball down and in. Matheny slides to his right to block that ball. No score in the fourth. Freel at third base, Jimenez at first, so good speed on the bases. They look for the double play here with first and third and nobody out. And there's a pitch down and in on Casey, 2-0, as Freel was taking a couple of steps toward home. Again, playing Casey to pull, especially on the infield. Pitch on the way, swing and a foul ball off to the left. And a souvenir on his Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you. My father's here today, so is one of my sons. So having a nice Father's Day in St. Louis. I'd like it more if the Reds could pick up a win on this Sunday. The 2-1 delivery to Casey, fouls that one straight back. Casey 2 for 8 in the series. Griffey is on deck. Casey began the day in the lead in the batting race in the National League, 362, 3 points ahead of Barry Bonds. Freel at third, Jimenez at first. 2-2 delivery, swing, and a ground ball foul up the first base line. And it bounces into the seats. 2-2 pitch is outside to Sean Casey. Crowd didn't like it. 3-2 on Sean. He was right at 50. Runs batted in. On pace for more than 25 homers and more than 100 driven in this season. First and third, nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, and they're loaded up for Junior.
That indeed they are. Griffey in the second inning at a fly ball that at first blush got these folks excited, but Jim Edmonds went back a step away from the warning track and left center to haul it down, and now here he comes. Brian Runge getting a new supply of baseballs, and of course these are the special balls that have been marked especially for the occasion whenever it might occur that he hits. Career home run number 500, but singles by Freel and by Jimenez precede a walk to Sean Casey to load him up, and now Junior steps in. No score here in the top of the fourth inning, and the stretch and the pitch, and it's taken inside a ball. The 2 most popular days for 500 home runs, 5 of them on Friday, 4 of them on Sunday among the previous 19 that have been struck. Here's a pitch, and it's a high fly ball hit to right center. Jim Edmonds will get to it. He will haul it in. Freel tags and scores, and on the sac fly, Junior gives the Reds a 1-0 lead. RBI number 53 for Griffey. They hold at first and second. Freel scores, and the Reds have drawn first blood in this game here in the fourth inning.
So Adam Dunn will bat, having struck out, looking his first time today. He's got a chance to drive in a run or 2 or 3 against Morris, who still leads the majors with 21 homers allowed. He's on pace to break the major league record of 50. Morris is. Pitch on the way. Outside to Adam Dunn. Reds leading St. Louis 1-0 on the sac fly by Ken Griffey. Jimenez at second base, Casey at first, one out, pitch on the way. Swing and a bouncer foul up the first base line. Bert Blyleven gave up 50 home runs in 1986, but he won 17 games that year. 1-1 delivery. Misses outside to Dunn.
How about Robin Roberts?
What's that?
How about Robin Roberts? I mean, they make too much really over this deal about home runs allowed. If the majority of them are solo home runs, way too much has been made over Morris.
2-1 delivery. There's a swing and a line drive to left field, and that's going to bounce for a base hit in front of Langford. Here comes Jimenez around third. He will score, and the Reds take a 2-0 lead on the RBI base hit to left field by Adam Dunn. And now LaRue. Flight out to right center field. Jim Edmonds caught it. His first time up, and the breaking ball misses low and away. LaRue hitting .288 in the month of June. Bringing his average up from $1.88 to .224 at the start of the day. Trying to bring it up a little more right here. Trying to add to this 2-0 lead. Pitch on the way. Swing, and there's a high fly ball deep left field, and that ball is gone. A home run. Jason LaRue, a 3-run homer. Another road homer, his 7th of the year. All 7 have been on the road, and the Reds take a 5-0 lead here in the 4th. RBIs 22, 23, and 24 for Jason LaRue. A 5-run 4th inning for Cincinnati. 1 out, base is empty for Willie Mo Pena. And he takes a pitch high. And Jason LaRue hits the 22nd homer of the year up Morris. Those are the kind that hurt a little more, the 3-run variety. He has thrown some solos, obviously. 1-0 pitch. And that one's lifted down the right field line. Reggie Sanders gives it a look, but it will land in the seats. So Junior drives in a run in this inning with a sac fly. Adam Dunn an RBI single. And Jason LaRue the 3-run bomb. Breaking ball bounced fouled on the third base side. Mark Berry a nice one-hop grab, and he'll toss it into the first row. Very good hands for Mark Berry over there in that third base coach's box. A ball and 2 strikes on Pena. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer to third. Big hop for Scott Rowland. Easy pickings for him. He throws him out. 2 down in the inning, and the batter will be Brandon Larson. So Willie Mo's gone 15 at bats since his last home run. Brandon's gone 62. Having struck out swinging his first time. Bases empty, 2 down in the 4th. 5-0 the Reds on top. There's a swing and a miss. The pitcher Bong in the on deck circle. Very happy to see his teammates put 5 on the board for him. 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss at that slow curveball. 0-2 on Larson. Of course, against a team in a lineup like St. Louis, you wonder if 5 is enough, but it's certainly a good start here in the 4th. 0-2 delivery. A little bit low. One-two. That misses low. Brandon Larson trying to find a groove at the plate. 2-2 delivery from Morris. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that's the inning. But the Reds put 5 on the board, highlighted by the 3-run bomb by Jason LaRue, middle of the 4th inning in St. Louis. The Reds lead at 5-0.
Due to time constraints, we'll jump ahead to the top of the 5th inning.
Jung Bong leading it off against your righty Matt Morris, and the swing and the miss by the Reds pitcher. To be eligible, stop by any participating U.S. Bank location for an official entry or mail a postcard to U.S. Bank back-to-back cashback, P.O. Box 1015, Cincinnati 4-5-2-0-1. Breaking ball drops in. Strike 2 call. So Morris trying to bounce back after a rough and rocky fourth. And there's strike 3 to the taking Bong, and that's strikeout number 6 for the Cardinal right-hander, who now gets to the top of the batting order again, and second baseman Ryan Freel. Freel has bounced to third, and then he was the man who got things going in the fourth inning with that infield hit to third base. As he looks at a fastball for a strike, then came a single by Jimenez. Casey walked. Griffey sacrifice fly, the run home, done single 2-0, and then the 3-run home run by LaRue. That's how the inning went. A most bountiful fourth inning for the Reds. Check swing on a slow curveball away, and it's a ball, a strike. We check scores of other games, brought to you by Pods. Portable on-demand storage. Next time you're moving, or maybe you need storage space, put it in a pod. Pods portable on-demand storage. That's a ball. Big news today is in Philadelphia, where the Phillies have a 7-1 lead on Kansas City. Jim Thome, in his first 2 at-bats, has hit home runs, giving him now 23 on the year, putting a bit of daylight between himself and the rest of the would-be combatants. Here's a bunt, third base side, a good one, picked up by Morris, throwing, not in time, base hit. Good bunt by Ryan Freel. He really caught him napping in the sense that he didn't even show it until the last possible second. So Freel with a bunt single. The Reds have hit number 5, and here's D'Angelo Jimenez. In other games, after 1.5, the Cubs 3 and the A's 1. Anaheim and Houston 0-0. That game's in the top of the 5th inning. Cleveland playing in Atlanta, and the Indians have a 5-2 lead after 8 innings of play at Turner Field. Baltimore, Colorado scoreless in the second. Jimenez takes a first pitch strike. Pittsburgh 2-1 over Seattle. That's at the end of 6 innings in Pittsburgh. In the 7th inning at Shea Stadium, the Mets 5, the Tigers 1. There's a throw to first. Chicago, the White Sox, that is. Loser to the Montreal Expos 4-2 after that wild game they had last night. The Expos winning at 17-14. Here's a strike 1 pitch to Jimenez, and it stays just a bit outside for a ball. Sean Casey waiting on deck. 1 out, bunt single by Ryan Freel. The Cardinal infield, a double play depth. Here's Morris with straightening up, runner going, pitch taken. Here's a throw down, and not in time. It bounces into center field. Ryan went in head first. He'll stay right there, and that's his 11th stolen base of the season. But a base hit now would conceivably get him in. Morris unloading to the plate, and a swing and a high fly ball. And to left center field, getting to it is Ray Langford, and Sean Casey will bat with 2 men out. Casey is lined to center. He's also walked and scored a run. Dan's Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out an opposing batter, Western and Southern will make a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. As Western and Southern says, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this one together. Casey, and here's a pitch, and it's in the dirt. Nice play by Matheny to knock it down, and save Morris a wild pitch. Ball 1. Junior on deck. 1 ball and no strikes, but 2 outs, and Ryan Freel at second. The kick and the pitch, swung on, ground ball, hit to second. There's a pickup by Womack, and his throw ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left, and through 4.5. Jung Bong back to the mound for the 5th time today, working with a 5-0 lead. Delivers the first pitch strike to catcher Mike Matheny with a base hit in the 3rd. And the 0-1 to him is in there for strike 2 call. I'll tell you what, I'm not so sure the Cardinals are not shocked at the consistency with which Bong is throwing strikes today. They're taking a lot of pitches early in the count. And Bong has struck out 3, has walked 2. and quickly gets ahead of Matheny 0-2. Pitching and missing inside a ball. The key now is that once you get ahead in the count, put him away. Don't throw 3 or 4 more pitches or ever how many it takes to retire the hitter, especially when you get in front as he does here on Matheny. No balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. He took care of business. He strikes out Matheny, his 4th punch out, and now we'll get to work on his opposite number, Matt Morris. Here's a pitch taken just low for a reliable long man, which is certainly something they've not had. 2 balls and no strikes. Morris put down a sacrifice bunt after the leadoff base hit by Matheny in the 3rd. Strike here against Morris as he delivers a 2-0, and that's a swing and a foul ball to right that will drift out of play. Reds on Radio brought to you in part by Argosy Casino and Hotel. Don't wait for the weekend. Swung on, ground ball right side, and there's the pick by Freel. Drops the ball, recovers, throws, got him. He was able to make the pickup on the outfield grass after knocking the ball down. I guess the fans are a little bit upset. They didn't think Morris was running as hard as he might have run, but if he didn't, it was a boon to the Reds. Freel appeared to have the ball hit off the heel of his glove, but then tracked it down, got the quick throw on to Casey. And here's Tony Womack with 2 away. Strikeout and a ground ball to shortstop has been the bat story on the Cardinal second baseman. In there for a strike. Blowing away a ball. Griffey so far today has flied out and sacrificed fly to run home, so he has officially gone 21 at bats without hitting a home run, and he'll be the leadoff batter in the 6th. Foul ball, 2-2. Get together again, in fact, in one of many quirks in the schedule for just about every ball club. On the Reds' next road trip, they come right back into St. Louis. There's a strike 3 call and another impressive inning turned in by Jung Bong. At the end of 5 in St. Louis, Junior's back for the 3rd time today. He's put the ball in the air each of the first 2 times up against Matt Morris. And now here he is pounding the plate with the head of the bat and waiting, and Morris delivers, and the pitch is taken strike. Last Sunday, number 499 off lefty Cliff Lee in Cleveland. The 0-1 to him is high and inside as he leans away, evening out the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now with 53 RBIs to go with his 18 home runs. Outfield deep and around toward right. Waggling the bat around, and he takes it low, ball 2. Back in the batter's box he steps. Morris not wasting any time. Swing and a topper foul off the first base line to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the record, Junior has 1 home run against Matt Morris in his career, and officially counting today is 2 for 11 against the Cardinals right-hander. The pitch and a high drive hit back into deep right field. Junior has just knocked the door down to the 500 club. A high drive into the lower deck and right. Number 30 touches them all, and boy, what a Father's Day gift for Seaman. The dugout empties as he rounds 3rd, getting the glad hand from Mark Berry. Greeted at home plate by Adam Dunn. Now Jason LaRue, followed by Sean Casey. And each of them will get a piece of Ken Griffey Jr. before he gets back into the dugout, hitting his 500th home run to right field. Leading off this 6th inning, and last but not least, manager Dave Miley. And now Junior running down toward the area where his mom and dad sit, and he is there with his father for a big Father's Day hug. What a scene this is here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Looking for his youngsters, and Trey, his oldest, comes up. They're all down there. His wife, Melissa. What a scene. Junior doffs his helmet to the crowd, and what an ovation they give him here in St. Louis. Great baseball fans in this town, and it was quite a sight. A typical Junior home run, high and deep, and no doubt at all to right field. The 20th member of the 500th home run club. And the congratulations from extended family and close family, and now a big kiss from wife Melissa. And the suspense and the waiting is finally over. Ken Griffey Jr., number 20 in that elite 500 home run club. And the Reds have themselves a 6-0 lead, and the one-strike pitch to Dunn, and that's in there for strike 2 call. Wow. First time it's ever happened in St. Louis. None of the previous 19 came here. That pitch is up and away a ball, and I think there was a sense from a lot of people that today would be it. Again, Matt Morris giving up a lot of home runs. That's the second he's given up today, and the 23rd he's allowed this season. There's a swing and a miss, and Dunn is out on strikes.
Wow, what a Father's Day, huh? A great Father's Day for the Griffey family. I don't care how many years, Ken, that you've played this game. It is still amazing to watch your son do something like this.
Well, it's amazing, period. I mean, just to think, after all the troubles he's been through the last 3 years, and him to do this is great. It's a great feeling. I knew he'd do it on Father's Day, so I didn't worry about it.
I'll tell you the truth, I was kind of hoping he would, too.
I was really hoping he would.
It's one of these deals you've been traveling with Ken for a while to see this moment. The entire family's here, right?
Yeah, the entire family's here, so we're just grateful that we get this opportunity, and we feel good about it. And like I said, it's just been great for me, just to get a chance to see him play again.
Talk a little bit about the season that he has had. I mean, you mentioned the injuries. It's been tough over the last couple of years, and then to bounce back and be in contention for the home run lead. He's driving in runs. The ball club's playing great, so it's been a lot of his doing.
It's all pluses for him. So, I mean, he seems to be healthy, and that's the important thing. I think that's what a lot of people have not seen over the last 3 years, is that he's been hurt. And, you know, they've been taking their frustrations out on him. But like I said, if he's healthy, he's still one of the better ball players in this league.
With the thrills that you had playing, I wonder how this ranks of your all-time thrills.
Well, it's right up there to the top of them. I think the top of the list has to be me playing with him.
Yeah.
And then this home run is just great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, a son can never get too old for a father to have his heart pumping a little bit, can he?
Hey, he had me nervous all week. So I'm just glad it's over and done with. We can go. I get on with my life now, so I got to go work.
Well, Ken, we sure do appreciate the time. Congratulations to you, the Griffey family, and of course to your son on this glorious Father's Day.
Thank you.
6-0. The Reds lead it here in the 6th inning, and that one stays down and outside, and the count's all even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Junior's first home run as a big leaguer came way back on the 10th of April, 1989, against the Chicago White Sox right-hander by the name of Eric King. That pitch misses for a ball. His 100th home run came against the Kansas City Royals and Billy Brewer. Here's a 3-2 pitch and a swing and a ground ball foul. His 200th home run came at Fenway Park in Boston against Vaughn Eshelman, a left-hander. Number 300 in 1998 at Cleveland against Jose Mesa. There is strike 3 call. That's all for Willie Mo Pena. And that ends the inning. We are in the middle of the 6th inning. History has been made here in St. Louis today. Junior hits his 500th career home run. And after 5.5, it's a Red 6 and the Cardinals.
Due to time constraints, we'll take you to the top of the 7th inning.
And a nice folks. Brandon Larson leads off the inning as the Reds try to add to a 6-0 lead, and Brandon takes one high from the righty Kiko Calero, who has been another very good reliever for St. Louis. There's a called strike. Calero, 2.70 ERA, making his 14th appearance. And how's this? He's 13 for 13 in terms of getting out the first hitter in each of his appearances. Brandon Larson a wave and a miss. 1-2. He's retired the first batter in each of his 13 appearances. He does have a save. 14 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 16 2/3 innings, and opponents hitting a $170 against the right-hander. In relief, of Morris. There's a swing and a drive to right field, and that one is going to be off the wall in right center field. Playing it off the wall is Sanders, and for the first time this year, Calero gives up a hit to the first batter he faces. And it's going to be all for Jung Bong, who works 6 scoreless innings, as Jermaine Clark is going to pinch hit. Calero from the stretch delivers to Jermaine Clark a called strike. Matt Morris gave up 6 runs on 6 hits in 6 innings and a couple of home runs, including an historic one. There's a pitch down in the dirt. Junior earlier, if you just tune in, hit number 500. 2-2 pitch to lead off the 6th inning. That extended the Reds' lead to 6-0. Before that, Morris gave up a 3-run homer to Jason LaRue in the 4th inning. He's now given up 23 on the year to lead the majors, and the Reds hoping to send him to his 6th defeat of the year. Morris 7-5 as he leaves the ball game down 6-0. 6-7-0 for the Reds. 0-3-0 for St. Louis. Clark, the batter. Top of the order, Ryan Freel on deck. Pitch to Jermaine. Down and in. 2-1. Clark hitting $111. 2 for 18 in 6 games since being called up. Has not yet driven in a run. Has laid down a successful sacrifice bunt. Kiko Calero, 6'1", 185 out of Puerto Rico, 29 years old. Larson's at second with nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch on the way. Swing and a foul off to the left. Excellent day for Jung Bong, who's in line for his first victory as a Cincinnati Red if his team can hang on. 2-2 pitch to Clark. Tried to check his swing, did he? Yes, no, he did not. He went around, and it'll be a strikeout for Calero. (102 pitches, 58 for strikes for Bong. 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. So an excellent day for Jung Bong, and now it's up to the bullpen and the offense to make this stand up, maybe extend it. Here's Freel with a runner at second and 1 out. First pitch is high for a ball. Calero in his second big league season after spending 7 years in the minors. Had a very good rookie year a year ago. That pitch misses high. 2-0 on Freel, who has gotten on base twice, an infield hit and a bunt single. He's also stolen a base, 2 for 3. Jimenez on deck. Larson doubled to lead off the inning. He's still at second base with now 1 out. Outfield shades Freel toward right field. Pitch on the way is high, and it's 3-0. With Jimenez coming up next. Calero was 1-1 with a .282 last year in 26 appearances. They signed him as a minor league free agent. Here's the stretch and the 3-0 delivery. That's a high strike to Freel. Wow, that is Brian Runge saying swing the bat. Freel was ready to toss the bat over toward his third base side dugout after what he thought would have been a 4-pitch walk. Instead, it's 3-1 on the Reds' second baseman today, who's now hit in 7 straight ball games. Stretch by Calero. Look at second. The pitch. There's a called strike. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. So after the double, back-to-back strikeouts for Kiko Calero. Full name Enrique Nomar Calero. And here is D'Angelo Jimenez, who's single on a good hit and run his second time up today. He's also flied to left and struck out, 1 for 3. Runner at second, 2 down, top of the 7th. Reds leading 6-0. Junior has hit number 500 today. He hit a solo shot to right field. There's a pitch down low to Jimenez, batting left-handed. Junior's 19th on the year. Tying Adam Dunn for the team lead. Brandon Larson at second now with 2 outs. 1-0 on Jimenez. Pitch on the way is. That's a strike. Ray King, the left-hander, is loosening in the Cardinals bullpen. Now the 1-1. That's a called strike. Well, we know the name of the gentleman who wound up with home run ball number 500, Mike Crumley, a college student, 19 years old. He's from Mount Carmel, Illinois, a student at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. He's a Saluki. 1-2 on Jimenez with a runner at second and 2 down. Pitch on the way is way up high. 2-2. So after the game, Dave Miley and Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. will meet the media, as will Mike Crumley. He's got a very valuable baseball artifact of his own now, and we'll find out what it'll take to perhaps pry the ball away from him. There's a ball outside. 3-2 on Jimenez, 6-0. The Reds leading in the 7th inning at Busch Stadium. Reds trying to snap a 9-game road losing streak. They haven't won on the road since June the 2nd down in Miami. Lost 7 in a row on that last road trip to Oakland, Cleveland, and the 1 game in Philadelphia. And the first 2 here. There's a foul back to the screen on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Junior has 2 RBIs today. His solo home run, he also drove in the first run of the game back in the 4th inning. Came up with the bases loaded and hit a sacrifice fly to center field. So he has 2 RBIs today. He's got 54 of them on the year. He's also fly to center, Junior has. Right now, though, the batter, Jimenez. 3-2. Swing and a miss. And that's the inning. So the Reds get the leadoff man to second base. Can't get him over or in. 7th inning stretch time in St. Louis. And the Reds lead it 6-0. Gabe White will make his 2nd appearance in his 3rd tour with the Cincinnati Reds, as he will pitch the 7th inning in relief of Jung Bong, who had an excellent day and should be rewarded with a victory. If he gets the win, he'd be 1-1. Bong again, no runs, 3 hits in 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. So Gabe White out there, and he's going to face the lower third of the batting order, beginning with Ray Lankford. Mike Matheny will bat second in this inning. If you're just tuning in, Ken Griffey Jr. hit home run number 500 today in St. Louis off of Matt Morris. Part of a 2 RBI day. A leadoff home run in the 6th inning for Jr. He also drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 4th. When he went back out on the field, the guys from the bullpen came out on the field and all gave him hugs. And the crowd continued to give him ovations. I'm sure he'll get another one when he bats again. There is Lankford looking at ball 1 high from the lefty Gabe White. He was very glad to be a Cincinnati Red again. First 2 pitches are high to Lankford, who has flied to center and grounded out. 0 for 2 today. He's 3 hits for St. Louis in this game. 2-0. That's a strike down the middle. Matheny with an infield hit in the 3rd inning. Rowland with a ground rule double in the 4th. Edmonds doubled to right in the 6th. 2-1. Swing and a fly ball into shallow right center. Ryan Freel going back. Ryan Freel will make this catch for out number 1. Well, we were just talking about during the break about this young man who we're going to hear more about after the game, Mark Crumley. You'll be hearing and reading about him quite a bit. Wondering what it would take to pry the ball away from him. Of course, in this stadium where Mark McGwire hit number 62 to break Roger Maris's record, the young man gave it right to McGwire. But this ball is pretty valuable ball, this 500th home run hit by King Griffey Jr. Here's Matheny. He swings and lines it over the leaping shortstop Jimenez into left field. Adam Dunn picks it up, and Matheny has 2 hits today. It's a 1-out single. That's the 4th Cardinal hit. And Hector Luna will pinch hit for the 2nd day in a row. He'll pinch hit for the pitcher Calero, who was the 2nd pitcher on the day for St. Louis. Luna hitting .246. 2 homers, 9 RBIs. And the first pitch is a called strike from the lefty Gabe White. Good day for Calero. He gave up that leadoff double, but then he struck out the rest of the batters he faced. Swing and a miss, the off-speed pitch from Gabe White. Oh, and 2 on Luna. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Reds on top, 6-0. Pitch on the way is low. Ball and 2 strikes. Casey playing behind the runner at first. Matheny. And that pitch is up and in and backs Luna back off the plate. Luna is a Rule 5 player, drafted from the Cleveland farm system. He had .297 last year in Double-A with 17 steals. 24-year-old Dominican. And he swings and misses. Actually a foul tip. Catcher LaRue hangs on, and Gabe White has a strikeout. His first strikeout. 2 outs, runner at first. Back to the top of the order, and Tony Womack. First pitch to Tony Womack is low for a ball. Womack is 0 for 3. Carried a 5-game hitting streak into this game. Gabe White in his first inning of relief here today. His 2nd Reds appearance. Foul ball out of play off to the left. John Riedling, the right-hander, continues to loosen in the Reds bullpen. Again, an off day tomorrow for this Reds team in New York. So all these pitchers, that whole bullpen, obviously with the day off tomorrow. 1-1 delivery. That one misses outside. 2-1 on Womack. And there's a fly ball into left center. Adam Dunn coming over. Adam puts it away, and that's the inning. A base hit, a man left, and through 7 at Busch Stadium. It's the Reds leading 6-0.
And a new pitcher on the mound for the Cardinals in left-hander Ray King, but the Reds have a 6-0 lead. Here's a stretch by King in the pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. Casey's batting average now standing at .359. 1 strike and nothing on the left-handed batter, and a swing and a ground ball slap to third. Good hop off the grass for the edification of Scott Rowland, and he wings a throw on across to Pujols, 1 out. Here's Junior. 2nd time, or the first time up after hitting number 500 in the 6th inning. Batting for Regina Shaw of Carlisle, Ohio. Junior does not have a home run off Ray King, but as we mentioned, back in April of '89, his first big league home run came off a right-hander, Eric King. The only Monarch that Junior's hit a home run off of among the now 500 that he has tucked away. And the stretch in the pitch, and he's high, ball 1. Griffey with 2 RBIs today, sacrifice fly, and then the record-breaking home run. That pitch is taken for a strike on the inside. So the Griffey family can settle back to some semblance of normalcy after this day comes to an end. They will no longer be the traveling Ken Griffey Jr. Roadshow. They will be heading to All Points on the Compass, wherever that might be. And Jr. will begin his pursuit for his second 500. There's a call strike, and it's 1-2. One out deep into the top of the 8th. Reds 6, Cardinals nothing. Jr. throws up the left hand, signaling timeout. Plate umpire Brian Runge now gets back in. And Ray King straightens up and turns it loose. And it's did he go around? He did. Strike 3 swinging. And now the batter will be Adam Dunn, batting for Diane Zimmerman of St. Mary's, Ohio. Matt Morris struck out 8, Kiko Calero 3, and now Ray King has 1. Adam Dunn today has struck out twice, sandwiched in between an RBI single in that 5-run 4th inning, and a big swing and a foul ball is back, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's strike 2 call. 45,620 turnout for today's titanic and historic struggle. 45,620, and it is a sellout. So back-to-back sellouts watching the Reds and the Cardinals. Here's a swing and a ground ball on 2 hops, getting to Tony Womack. Throws, and the inning is over. And in the middle of the 8th, it's the Red 6 and the Cardinals. It is John Riedling. His turn to pitch after Gabe White pitches a scoreless 7th, allows a hit, and the batter will be the shortstop Edgar Renteria. Riedling to the windup in the pitch, and Riedling a ground ball, broken bat variety to short. The pickup and the throw by Jimenez, 1 out. Albert Pujols is walked, grounded to first, and fly to right. Look for Conn's Big Red Smokies. They're mildly smoked, and they're also seasoned just right. Conn's the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. One out deep into the 8th. 6-0. The Reds have the lead as Pujols settles in to hit off Riedling. The right-hander delivers a taken first strike. Time for the answer to the Cincinnati Bell trivia question of the game. Let's go back to the 2nd inning, and that question was Cardinal manager Tony LaRue, one of only 2 managers who won at least 500 games with 3 different teams. Who's the other? A. Joe Torre, B. Vern Rapp, or C. Leo DeRocher? The answer, the lip. Leo DeRocher. He won 738 games with Brooklyn, 637 with the New York Giants, and 535 with the Chicago Cubs. The 1-1 and a swing and a foul. If you text messaged or submitted the correct answer online at 700WLW.com and are selected the listener of the game, you'll win a pair of tickets to an upcoming game and a chance at a pair of tickets to opening day next year, courtesy of the fine folks at Cincinnati Bell. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pujols, and he checks on a pitch down. If you are pondering the 3 teams, or the 2 other clubs, I should say, that Tony LaRue managed before coming to St. Louis, the one that most people can more readily remember is Oakland, the team the Reds swept in 4 straight in the World Series 14 years ago. Here's a 2-2, and it's foul. And prior to that, Tony LaRue managed the Chicago White Sox. So he has won 500 or more games with each of those 3 franchises, the White Sox, the A's, and of course the Cardinals. Leo DeRocher was the man who coined the phrase, nice guys finish last. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. Another bouncing ball foul, a good pitch by Riedling, getting right in on the fists of Pujols. Ball is flipped up into the seats by Brandon Larson after picking it up in foul ground. DeRocher was the manager of the New York Giants team back in 1954 that swept the Cleveland Indians 4 straight in the World Series. That was a year in which the Indians were the prohibitive favorites to win that World Series, and the Giants beat them 4 straight. Line drive caught at third by Larson, 2 out. Here's Scott Rowland, 1 for 2 with a walk. That was a series in which a pinch hitter by the name of Dusty Rhodes became famous. A couple of home runs, pinch hit home runs, and Of course, the series in which Willie Mays made the great over-the-shoulder grab of a long drive to straightaway center at the Polo Grounds off the bat of Indian first baseman Vic Wertz. Ground ball to the left of Jimenez, fielding and throwing, and out at first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Riedling means that we go to the ninth inning, 6-0 Cincinnati. We're in the top of the ninth. Right-hander Cal Eldred will face LaRue and Pena and Larson. And here's LaRue, who has certainly been a factor today with that 3-run line drive bomb to left center in the 4th inning. 7th home run of the year. And the first pitch from the veteran Eldred taken outside, ball 1. Now the stretch in the pitch. That's in the dirt. Ricochets off the mitt of Mike Matheny. 2 balls and no strikes. Eldred out of the bullpen for the 22nd time with a win and a 5.76 ERA. Matt Morris went the first 6, and he is the Cardinal pitcher of record. Swinging a foul. Big cut by LaRue. We made the point that all of his home runs have come on the road. He told me yesterday, you know, I can't hit a home run at home. I said, yeah, I know you can, but you haven't yet.
We want to see one, especially with that long homestand beginning next Friday.
Of course, he did last year, but still looking for #1 at Great American this season. Here's a high pop-up outside of first, ranging over toward the Cardinal dugout. Pujols on the warning track makes the catch. Willie Mo Pena's bounced to third twice. He's also struck out. Listen up, guys. Did you know that scent's the strongest sense tied to memory? Be remembered with a great big old smile. Thanks to Old Spice Red Zone deodorant, the strongest and longest lasting odor protection from Old Spice. Remember, don't stink. Pick up some Old Spice Red Zone deodorant. Willie Mo, and the pitch from Eldred, a swing and a miss. An off day for the Reds, spent in Gotham tomorrow. The Reds will be in New York. That pitch is taken down and away for a ball. And then on Tuesday night, it'll be Paul Wilson versus right-hander Matt Ginter. Wednesday night, Todd Van Poppel will hook up with Jay Sow. And Thursday afternoon, it'll be Corey Lytle against the man who leads the National League in earned run average, lefty Tommy Glavine. There's a call strike. Tom Glavine having a sensational year for the New York Mets. So in the twilight of what could be both Hall of Fame careers, Glavine with the Mets and his former teammate Greg Maddux with the Cubs, and there's call strike 3, and Glavine having much the better of it so far this season, and we'll see him on Thursday afternoon. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter will be Brandon Larson. He struck out twice before doubling in the 7th. Mike Matthews warming up in the Reds bullpen, so apparently he'll come on and attempt to finish it in the bottom of the ninth. Larson waving at a breaking ball down. He couldn't hit that pitch with an ironing board. And he just keeps seeing breaking ball after breaking ball after breaking ball. And why not? That's what it's all about up here. That pitch, a fastball that got the inside corner for a strike. Look forward to hearing from you next Friday night via the internet. Our email address, martyandjoe@redsonradio.com. As always, we thank the good folks at Cincinnati Bell Technology Solutions. Cincinnati Bell Technology Solutions delivers complete, I said complete, IT outsourcing solutions. Believe it. One ball and 2 strikes, 2 out, bases empty. We're in the top of the ninth. Cal Eldred bringing it back up there, and a check swing foul ball will keep Larson at the plate with a count staying at a ball and 2 strikes. Brandon waiting now, bat cocked, and it's just down low, and it evens the count at 2-2. In the bottom of the ninth, the Cardinals have due up Edmonds and Sanders and Langford. Eldred sights a sign, kicks and deals, inside, full count. If things continue as they are right now, not only would the Reds gain on the Cardinals, but with the way things are going in Houston, the Astros would, and in Chicago, the Cubs would. Milwaukee currently losing at home to Minnesota. Here's a pitch. Swung on and tapped slowly towards short, but there's Renteria, and his throw ends the inning. Larson retired. The Reds are up and down. Heading to the bottom of the ninth. Cincinnati 6 and St. Louis 9. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Mike Matthews will try to close the door. He needs to do that by getting 3 outs. After John Riedling pitches a 1-2-3-8, it'll be, as we mentioned, Edmonds, Sanders, and Langford. Here's Edmonds now facing Matthews, and the first pitch is swung on and popped in the air. Center field, Jr. loping in and makes the catch for the out. The guy who should make this ball club, that is the National League All-Star team, off this Reds team is without a doubt Barry Larkin. Not symbolically allowing to make the team simply because this is probably his last year as an active player. He deserves to be on that ball club. I mean, with all due respect, when you got Adam Everett of the Houston Astros batting in the 270s with 11 RBIs all year long, and he's leading the balloting, there is something inherently wrong with that. Here's a pitch, and that one's taken inside by Sanders, a ball. But the rules being the rules, if Everett ends up leading in the balloting at shortstop, he's got to be there and be the starter. Then you've got Jack Wilson, who's having a career year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. But I guarantee you, Barry Larkin deserves to be on that team based on performance this season. 2 balls and no strikes. Paul Wilson, if he could pick up a couple of more wins between now and then, you'd certainly like his chances. He'll go after number 8 without defeat Tuesday night at Shea Stadium against the Mets. Matthews pitching behind in the count. Sanders takes ball 3. Just throw strikes, Mike. A 6-run lead. Throw strikes. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck, Ray Langford. Reggie Sanders has popped up, walked, and popped up again. Here's a pitch. And he turned him loose and hits a high drive center field. But Griffey will get it. And the Cardinals are down to their final out. Here is Langford. And the pitch. And a swing at a foul ball. Strike 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Now the stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Langford, that baby goes all the way back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Reds are on the verge of avoiding a 3-game sweep with a badly needed victory. They should have won by all rights the opening game here Friday night, coming within 1 out. So despite the fact they're going to lose 2 out of the 3, this game has been played fairly evenly. There's a swing and a miss. The only time this season that the St. Louis Cardinals have been shut out was by Montreal, 2-0 that final on May the 8th on the road. Tomo Oka and Rocky Biddle combined to blank them. There's a swing and a miss, and this one belongs to the Reds. So on Father's Day 2004, a day that saw Ken Griffey Jr. join the 500 home run club, the Reds make it even more memorable as they chalk up in the series finale a 6-0 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals.